Hey, so everyone has heard about Donald Trump and him bombing nuclear sites in Iran. And I just wanted to quickly comment on the whole situation in the Middle East. Well, George Washington said, gave advice, and he said that we shouldn't be getting involved in foreign wars and conflicts. And unless it involved us. And I totally agree with that advice that he gave. All right. So, so we have Israel and Iran exchanging missile fire. This is a fact. So then our commander in chief decides to get involved. All right. And decides to bomb several of Iran's nuclear sites, decides to wipe out Iran's nuclear program. And the whole thing caught on tape. It was a big kaboom. All right. A bunch of big kabooms in the sky. And I guess they weren't kidding that they were nuclear sites. But that isn't the point here. We shouldn't be getting involved and taking sides over one or the other. Trump said this is all for peace. I think it's more than that. I support peace in the Middle East. But is this actually going to bring peace? Think about that. So Iran already vowed revenge. Iran's making threats over the wire. We're going to send so-called, they're ordering terrorist attacks, supposedly. That's the news I've seen. So we had over the last 4 years, we had open border policies under President Biden, who can't even who got lost in his closet and didn't know where he was half the time. So we don't know where many of these people are. We don't know. They came from many countries, not just Latin America. And that is a national security risk on its own. So now we have Iran threatening attacks on American soil. And is that peace? Think about that. So we're getting involved in other countries' nonsense. But at the same time, I do agree with our commander in chief. Iran, under zero circumstances, all right, should get a nuclear weapon. That I agree with. That I agree 100%. They should never get a nuclear weapon. I don't think Netanyahu should have one either, but it is what it is right now. So I think they should both be disarmed because history in the Middle East region shows that they're both sides are irresponsible. Because guess what? They all hate each other. They all hate each other. This isn't a recent thing. This geopolitical situation over there. This has been happening for decades. This back and forth. Back and forth. They want things their way or the highway. Promises kept. No, not kept. Promises broken. Constantly. And they expect that promises will be kept. Some of these people involved are disillusioned. They're living in a fantasy world. If you want peace, you got to sit down and you got to stick with the program. You can't just make an agreement and then just decide because it's inconvenient. Just break it. Or let me just give you an example. Because the hate's so bad over there, some civilians decided to commit a crime. And the other side just said that breaks the agreement, and they just sent in troops. That didn't give peace a chance, did it? Just because of a few lone actors decided to be idiots. So this is another example of broken promises. They hope for peace, but it never materializes for long. So, just to make it clear, I don't support terrorism on either side of the aisle or on either side of this fight. It just seems to me that all they want to do is fight. Nobody sits down at the table. It's like they gave up on each other. So, this is just how I'm viewing it right now or how I'm seeing it. Things can change, and I'm hoping for the best. I hope none of these so-called threats from Iran materialize. I just hope it's cheap talk, but I'm hearing on the there's one video titled US base hit. I hope that's not true. That's unconfirmed right now, but getting involved in other countries' affairs never turned out well. But maybe the White House knows something that we don't. Maybe it does involve us. I don't know. But as I see it, we shouldn't be getting involved in other countries' affairs or other regions in the world. Because look at what happened years ago. We got ourselves involved in several Middle Eastern conflicts, and then we had to deal with Al Qaeda a few years later. So you see how this all works. So thank you for listening and to my little rant here, and hope to see you again.